Hi there, we're going to talk you through some of the features on Anton Sprint Mobile. You can get it from the App Store, just search for Anton Sprint Mobile, and this is the icon you'll get eventually, so click on that. So you can see we've got a menu system here. There's lots of free bits and pieces on here to help you. So you've got a gas rate calculator, you have got pipe size calculations to help you, decide on the diameter of your pipe you need, energy converters, so converting BTUs or kilojoules to whatever. Then you've got some ventilation calculations, so extract fan sizes, there's 5 on there, that sort of thing. Radiator calculator, so instead of the complicated Mears wheel that you used to use, this is obviously an electronic way of doing that, much better. A really nice feature people like is our boiler manuals on here, so we've got a very comprehensive range of boiler manuals. Let's have a look at some valence, so you can search for the one you're looking for. So Ecotech Plus or Pro, there you go, click on the one you want and up comes the boiler manual. That's pretty cool. We also choose a different one. We also search by GC number, or we list them by GC number. So if you know the GC number, you're not sure the model type, you can put that in the search and get your boiler manual that way. Okay. Main thing you want to do is, first things first, is go into settings and set this up for your details so that all the reports you're creating are specific to your business. So your name, company name, your company address, your phone number, website, email, all that sort of thing can go in. Your gas safe registration, license number, Offtech if Offtech's registered, and RGII if you're in Ireland. You can add your company logo. This is obviously our logo. You'd put your own in, and that would then appear on every report. You can pre-sign every report, so you don't have to sign each one. You can put a reminder in your diary. So we say 2 weeks or 4 weeks before, it will give you a reminder in your diary, which will pop up and tell you when a service is due. I'll demonstrate that in a bit. And then we've got, once you settle that up, basically you're ready to start receiving reports from your flue gas analyzer. This is the new Sprint Pro, to your device. So what we do is we go into customers. The top line is your list of customers. So I'm going to go to find a guy called John Landlord. So I can use a search function. John Landlord, there he is. If you want to, and I'll click on that. If you want to add a new customer, you simply use the add button, and then you fill in the details, or you can long hold on there and you can import them from your phone if you've got the customer details already in the phone. Once you've got your customer set up, then the next line down is this guy's actually a landlord, so these next line down is the sites, the different properties that he owns. So if, again, we pick one of those, and again you can, just as before, you can add them from the phone, do whatever you want to do. The last thing is you've got your appliances. So we've got a couple in here already, but if I go and show you how to add another, it might be in the kitchen. The appliance type is a combi. Manufacturer, let's say Baxi, I don't know, whatever, Pro, that's the model, serial number. We've got a scanner here actually, so if you want you can open up the scanner, opens up the camera, find the barcode scanner, scan that in, and then that way it will input the serial number accurately, because they're about 7 feet long nowadays, and numbers and letters, and it's easy to get them wrong. So anyway, you get the idea. That's your serial number gone in. Hit save, and now I've got my new dehydrated Baxi in there. Okay, once that's all set up, you're ready to start receiving information from your analyzer. Before I do that, just to quickly show you, you can add notes for any of these things. So you can take pictures, give things titles, give it a description. Now that might be a note on the landlord. It might be a note you want to tell yourself about the site, where to find it, where the stopcock is or whatever, or perhaps on the appliance itself, needs a new seal, next service, whatever. You can use that, or you can not use it as you see fit. Okay, this is obviously just on a bench here, on a table, but if I go into the stored logs, got a couple of flue logs in here. Again, not real readings, this is actually me just breathing into the analyzer this morning. But let's just pretend for a minute we're in a boiler, these are the readings, you're happy with it, you want to record that. So what you do, I'm in Bluetooth mode, press the button, and the data comes across straight into the app. So that's now captured all of those readings there into that property and this and tagged it to that device. So it creates, if we view the PDF, it creates a report with all of that information on it, all your business details, the customer details, the site details, the appliance details, and obviously, most importantly, all of the gas readings and what have you, the flue gas readings. Pre-signed by me. It shows the serial number of the instrument. This is a demo one, but that would be your serial number, and obviously that shows it's in calibration. If I close that down, you can also ask the tenant to give that a signature. So there's the tenant's signature. He's signed that. Now if we look at that PDF again, both signatures are on there, so you can capture that. Once you've got the report, that's just a flue gas report, you can email it straight from there. So if I click email, it brings up your web browser, automatically attaches the PDF, and if you put this the email address of the customer, it will put it into the to bracket. If you actually put the email address of the tenant in, it will automatically CC in the tenant. I'm blind copying myself on everything here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so but there's a lot more reports you can create than just a flue gas. So any report you want to send from your analyzer, and there's a lot of new reports in this new Pro, they will come across into the app. We've also got you can create other things like landlord certificates. Here's one I sort of put together earlier, but you can see it's a familiar format, much easier to read than if you're filling them out by hand, and also much quicker. And obviously, once you've got some reports, so let's say you've done a week's work for this particular customer, you can filter these things. So yeah, I only want to send this guy landlord certificates, so gas rate or gas safety records. Click OK, and it just lists gas safety records. So you can say, right, that one, and that one, email to the customer, and there you go, they're all attached, and away you go. So very easy to use. But as you can see from that filtered list, if I unfilter, so as you can see, you can create advice notices, new ambient room tests, obviously flue gas analysis, gas rate. Yeah, there's a very comprehensive range of reports that you can create using Sprint mobile app and your Sprint Pro analyzer. Okay, that gives you a feel for that. The other thing we've got in here is an accounting package where you can basically go in and create quotes, invoices, receipts, and really just manage your financial side of your business. I know it's a thing that most of us hate doing, paperwork, but this is very quick and easy, and I'll show you how. So to create a new quote, you click the red plus button, you go into that same list of customers. Let's find John again, John Landlord, and then choose one of his sites that we're going to quote on. So David Tennant in this case. Then we're going to add an item. So you can type them in as you go. So I don't know, washer. And that washer has a unit cost of 20p. Save. So you've now put a washer onto your quote. But just to show you, if you can create a list of things that you're going to quote regularly. So for example, you might put your parts first. So that's a descriptive line. There's no cost to it. I've added that to the list. It's in the wrong order because that's where that washer is. So I can drag that to the top. And now I might go in and let's put in another thing. So let's say a Valent. Not Valiant. Valent Ecotech plus whatever the number might be, 823, and then you can say, right, one of those, the unit cost is £1,000 for easy numbers, not 10,000. That would be a very expensive boiler. And then hit save. Now if I want to save that for future reference, so it goes into my list, I click that button, hit save, and it adds it into the list of parts that we're quoting. If I press it again, I can edit it, so you can go in and change the price or do whatever you want, but we'll leave that as is. Let's just quickly finish this up, do a bit of labour, which I saved earlier as a descriptive line, so there's no cost associated with that. That'll just come out as a title on your quote, and then we can go in and find heating engineer labour. Don't know what you guys charge, but I've guessed at £60 an hour based on my guy. And then okay, so but this boiler fit is going to take, you've estimated 8 hours work. let's say. Okay, probably a bit more I realise, but okay, so that very quickly has put together a quote. Oh, and then I'm going to go hit save, saving quotation. So once that's saved and it's now in my list, it's showing as pending, so it's a job that's outstanding that I need to chase. You can show that to the customer on your screen while you're there, or you can email it to him or her. You can email it there, you can copy it, you can do whatever you need to do. Let's approve that. So the guy says, yeah, I want to go ahead and do it. You've won the business, happy days. So that's now approved. So you know that's now work you need to do. Once you've completed the job, you can go in there again and say copy to invoice, because then it will simply go and create an invoice based on the quote that you've done. Obviously, if you need to, you can edit that. You can go in and say, right, well, actually, I needed some extra parts. You can go and add that into the final invoice. But more or less it's going to be similar, you would think. But that's shown as unpaid, so you know it's a job that you need to chase. Right down the bottom here, we've got a total outstanding amount, so you can see what you're kind of owed by your customers. Let's say, right, take a payment, so you can again manage this. So this guy happened to give you, let's say, £200 in cash on the day when you're doing the job. Okay, if you tick the button for create receipt, it will create a receipt for that £200. Which I'll show you. So now this is showing as part paid. So it's still red, it's still showing there's money outstanding, so you know to chase it, but it's part paid. Some of it is already in your bank, not theirs. So go to receipts, there's my part paid receipt, and it shows on there part paid with thanks, and it shows you the total amount outstanding, but also the total amount that's due from the whole thing. If I go back to invoices, you eventually get paid by this guy, and you say take payment again, so the outstanding balance comes up automatically. Let's say sent you a check. Again, I'm going to tick to create receipt. Okay, and now that's paid in full, it's gone green, and over here I've got my receipts, so I can now email that to the guy, or John in this case, view PDF, paid in full with thanks, and you're done. So it's a really great way to quickly and easily manage what is quite normally a difficult task. Just quickly show you, sorry I didn't show you there. If I need to email any of those things, you just click on the options button, email, and again it will attach it to your email. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks for listening.